First of all, shout out to my brothers Philly Dom and Ace Live covering the migrant crisis in New York. Um, I really want to know something, and me and Philly, we've been talking about this for a long time because something doesn't seem right with these migrants going to these shelters. I noticed that anytime when Philly or I, both of us, go and film these shelters and for the migrant crisis, they have a problem saying you can't record. Now, I don't know what's going on. I don't know is something being hidden, but they're very, very hard on us not recording on these migrant crises and the shelters that they stay in. I don't know we don't know what's going on here. They will really, give it to you when you're recording. You understand? And then when Philly records the migrants, they threaten to do harm to him. Like, what's really going on with all this? Now, everybody allegedly, please don't quote. That's why I'm saying allegedly. Some people are trying to connect the migrants and the migrant crisis with the drones. I don't know why they trying to connect them two together. It's beyond me, but a lot of people are trying to say that the migrants or the migrant crisis and all this stuff has something to do with the drone sightings and the drones, flying and hovering over different places. That's why I said allegedly we don't know what's going on with that, but I know that there's a problem if we decide to go out and just film migrants in the shelters. They have a problem with that. They really have a problem with that. Now, Philly and Ace Live went out and did their thing, and I'm watching the video. I actually just watched some of the video that my brother Philly put out, and he went to a shelter, and the guy shot out. Oh, you can't record. Why can't we, as United States citizens, record these shelters when it has something to do with our well-being? Because the stuff that the migrants was receiving, which is cut off now, but the stuff that they was receiving, a lot of Americans didn't get that. They didn't. They didn't get all of the necessities and the money and these high-end shelters and hotels. A lot of U.S. citizens was actually in the street suffering in cold weather, rain, hotness, while these people got to go into a room, shelters where they was fed 3 times a day. A lot of them, they didn't respect the rules. Some of them attacked security. Some of them attacked police officers. They threw the food away, which that food could have went to a lot of the people that was born and raised here that's in the streets right now sleeping in this type of weather. Now, Sunday, it's going to be 24 degrees. With the wind chills, they said it's going to be in the teens. So this what a lot of the Americans was facing. They had to go inside train stations and other places to keep warm. But I'm noticing every time Philly does a video, or I do a video, we do it together, it's with this, you can't record these shelters. You can't record these motels. Like, what's going on with this? They are so much involved with keeping these migrants away from the cameras and these hotels and motels away from the cameras. And you forgot about, you have U.S. citizens laying in the street right now trying to find a place to sleep. So shout out to the brother Philly, man, that went out there, and shout out to the brother Ace Live, and even shout out to Check and Effect that went to Mexico and covered. They have, believe it or not, a migrant situation in Mexico. Go to Check and Effects uh, platform on YouTube, and he went out there. Check went out there, and I watched it. And there's migrants sleeping all over the place, and even some of the Mexicans saying, "Listen, man, this got to stop. This whole situation has to stop." So go to Check and Effect and go check out the migrant situation there. And you can actually go to Ace Live's videos where Ace Live has toy drives and gives out food. Him and Check, they have clothes drives, food drive. They surprise people with money. So these brothers, man, between Philly, Check and Effect, Ace Live, and Philly helped me with my platform. Between us and you have Cash Jordan and other people, we would be called, street journalists. We're out there, doing things, trying to bring people, a lot of content of what's really going on. Like, I just did 2 videos letting you know that right now New York City is unaffordable for people like us paying all this rent and getting underpaid. You understand? We're getting underpaid and we're paying all this rent, and you have citizens and people that own companies, they're hightailing it out of New York because New York City right now got people in the chokehold. You gotta pay extra for all this stuff. Now, Kathy Holcombs, she cut the congestion prices from $15 to $9. But people even said to come in the city every day to pay $9. Then you got to pay gas. That's kind of crazy. So there's a lot of us trying to cover this stuff. You know how many times my brother Philly got threatened? And he was like, "Listen, I'm going to stay out here and do this." So that's a thorough brother. But all of these people are hiding. "Oh, you can't record." What's the mystery in these videos we doing? Where's the mysteries in these hotels and these shelters where they trying to say you can't record? What's really going on here? Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Ace Live, Philly, Check and Effect, Cash Jordan, and all these other underground street journalists that's bringing you all this stuff where we can be unalive and people could harm us. You know how many times I went out and people have looked at me like, if you come over here, something's going to happen to you? So we do this for real. Please support us. And all the ones that's been supporting us, thank you. But what's the mystery of why they don't want us to record these shelters and motels? This is Big Hawk, that Yonkers native, the host of Street Talk, bringing you the latest news from here and all over. I'm out. Salute.